not too far away.
Wait.
I don't know this story.
We need Paula to tell a story.
Please.
I don't know it.
Paula's got some good.
You eloped and what happened?
We eloped.
Yes, after you eloped and come home, we went to get your horse named Bingo. It was a
We still ran away.
brown and white horse. What did they call those?
Appaloosa.
Appaloosa. And we walked it all the way from her old house to Mom and Dad's house so she could have her horse.
We did not walk it.
Yes, we did.
Not to your mom and dad's.
Where'd we walk it to?
We walked it up the road and put it in a horse trailer.
What's
Oh, I
the
don't
horse
remember
have to
that.
do with the wedding?
I just remember
Because
walking.
it
Or
was
the-
Paula's horse.
I thought we walked from
They
your
went
house
out
to
of
our
state.
house.
They went somewhere out of state to get
Georgia.
there. So did Mac and Sandy.
So did your mom and dad.
Mac and Sandy.
All of us eloped except for Marge.
I wanted to
She had to have a big fancy wedding.
But Martha just didn't invite us along, that's all.
Yeah, we took Bob and Paula with us. And Kevin.
Kevin.
Had to show them how it's.
We had to use his car battery, so he insisted on going with
I
us.
think about that quite a bit, about the trouble we had with that car, and all it was to
Battery.
tighten up the fan belt. It was a generator on an alternator belt was loose. And that
Bob
guy we
probably
stopped,
did it. He probably
He's the
loosened
mechanic.
it, so we had to
Where
take
is
it.
this? Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, here's a quick
gone up
trivia
to Mount
question.
Carmel. This is Blue
Okay.
Creek.
I want to hear what everyone's first car was. Starting with Uncle Bob.
The Batmobile.
1955 Ford with a 35-gallon barrel on the front for a radiator. And then you can drive it for
Hey,
about
don't stare me. Here's
30
party
minutes
bus.
before they would overheat.
And why
Okay.
did you buy it?
I didn't buy it.
Well, you stole
Steal
it?
it.
I think it was a junkyard. Someone gave it to. I might have paid 20 or 25 bucks for it.
But what year? So we'll know how old the car was.
It would have been about 64, 60.
About 66 if you were driving it.
All right, Dad, what was your first car?
1956 Chevy. I bought it, and it was 4 years old. The guy had just totally repainted it, redone the motor, a big old 6-cylinder, and I put Nana Daddy's picture right on the dash in front of over the speedometer sign. And boy, I'll tell you what, I didn't hit a thing for probably 5 months before I hit
It
it.
was a
Do
Chevy
you remember
what?
when you knocked your,
Chevy Bel Air.
Chevy Bel Air, okay.
when you knocked your front bumper off?
Yeah,
You
Dad-
tied it on with baling twine?
Dad wouldn't let me drive it unless I had the bumper on it, because I took the bumper off and I painted the car again in shop, painted peacock blue.
Shop at school.
Yeah, and took the front bumper off because it looked cool always with bumpers off. And Dad wouldn't let me drive it without a bumper on it, so I went out and took baling wire and wired the bumper on. Started down the road back up toward Aunt Ferris's house, and right in the middle of the road hit a guy that lived back there head on and totaled my car. So the guy, his old guy, he's like 70, and he wasn't very pleased. And he went to Dad's. Dad was eating breakfast and told him about it. And I said, okay, we can get it later, whatever.
Said what?
Speak up, bud.
And Dad didn't think like it's any big deal,
Okay.
And
Good
your
story.
dad got upset because the boy had it wired on with the baling wire.
Yeah, he was pretty upset about that.
Yeah.
The bumper had been wired on and wasn't mounted because that would have saved a lot of problems.
So how long did you have the car before you totaled it?
I would say
A
probably.
week at least, huh?
No, I had a year, Sandy?
I don't remember. I just remember the baling wire in the
Long
car.
time. Then I got a 57 Ford. Then I got a Oldsmobile, big one. And then I bought went to an auction and bought like a 1944 Ford coupe. They had a coupe, right? And the guy sold it to me, and when we got it home, it wouldn't really run at all, and Dad was really mad and went over to the guy's house and made him give my money back, 200 bucks. So we got the money back, and the car would be worth what, 15 grand now or something
You'd have sold it a couple times by now.
Aunt Paula, first car.
I didn't have a car.
She had a horse.
She had a horse. Tell us about loading your horse. Tell us about loading the cow.
The horse.
That's not my
Cow.
story.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
The cow that wouldn't go up into the trailer,
Cow.
or bull, or
Oh.
horse.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a difference, Joy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember one day after Mac and I was married, Bud was with us for some reason riding the church at Otterburn, and we passed this steer in the field, and Bud said, I always wanted to be a steer. And Mac and I cracked up because we knew what a steer was and he didn't. And he was married. He was dead serious. I always wanted to be a steer.
What was your first car?
First car, Sandy.
I never had a car of my own until Mac bought one and put it in my name, but I drove that blue Corvair that Mom had, so
You blew around.
a little blue Corvair. And I had it up to 100 going to play
Oh.
practice one night.
Oh,
And I was studying on my way.
And I totaled it, right?
Probably.
Did I buy it? Because I used
you
to.
didn't
No.
total that. You totaled
Art
mine.
Travis took it
I
apart.
totaled 3 cars
never got it
before
back
I was
together.
21.
You
Left all
totaled
the
3
parts and
cars.
methods.
Before I was 21.
Corvair.
The first time I took my driver's license test,
I never
I
wrecked
failed
it,
to yield
period.
the right of way in front of a police car, and the policeman in the car with me said, "Get me back to the station." And so I flunked that time.
What was? Go
He should
ahead.
have made you get out and drove it
I
himself.
flunked twice before I finally got my license, and then I
couldn't
totaled
get used to the front seat.
3 cars. Mom and Dad.
Oh.
Mom and Dad had just got a new car. It wasn't like new age-wise, but used to them, and I totaled it. And Bud, the last time you said something like that, I made a remark that didn't make very many people happy. If you keep it up,
Hey, what was your first car?
I don't remember.
Oh, you got a little Triumph,
Oh,
that
you
little
had a
green
Triumph.
Triumph.
Did I?
Yes.
I don't remember. I knew
Yes.
I always
I
wanted
remember
one.
that.
I thought I totaled. I know I totaled a blue Corvair.
But
You didn't total it because it was still
No.
running when Sandy and I got married.
Bob had 2 cars that neighbor gave him. They were,
I remember.
Mac, what was the name of those? Those 2 cars